Good evening. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's October 3rd, 2023. Yeah, the markets aren't so happy, but let's start here with our automatic trading system, and our Dow futures contracts are doing just fine, and they're actually pretty happy. So that's a new green dot today, and that's great. Our equity is up to, that's a new, I think, all-time high for the Dow in our equity curves. This is the trading for today. It traded a few times, so net pretty positive. Now there's an offsetting here that the Russell's down a little bit. This thing's been pretty rough since March. Still on the all in. When I show it on the weekends, it's fine. It's just we had a negative trade here on the 10-3 here today. That one right there. But this is the other one, the Nasdaq, which is probably our best equity curve on the all in, down pretty hard today, and they're offsetting each other. So it's actually a pretty, when you add it all together, pretty flat day. But we had a nice start this morning in all of it, and then these two are the ones that got us. Those two right there. So they have stops. It is what it is. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. You add it all together, and we want to win. So um, that's the story there. Let's flip over to the markets themselves, and the one down, two up, three down. Really, this is the longest wave probably, and now we need to start wondering if we're going to get a capitulation move. So interestingly enough, the weekly chart still looks all right. None of this is fun to take, but I anticipate a bounce one of these days because markets just can't go in one direction forever. But our RSI2 is at 5.38 there, and usually when it gets under 2, that's a pretty good indication that a turn is right around the corner. The weekly is at 3.51, so that's interesting too. The Dow, nothing like technical problems. That'd be great. Alright, here's the Dow, same story. Rough day, minus 430 points. Um, Not a capitulation candle if you ask me. And that RSI2 is at 2.81 and 2.35. So yeah, it's starting to look like a potential for a reversal one of these days here. I've been saying that for a bit, but yeah, it is what it is. The Russell, I'm sure, same story, down hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks like a potential finishing wave, like we're getting there. Uh, this is worth mentioning. Probably have to show it on the futures contracts if it'll work. I drew in this 50% line, and I don't know if we tagged it yet. The low there, 42.51.25, and the 50% line's at 42.36.88. I bet we hit it tomorrow. And that could be a great area for a bounce there or down here in this painted area that I've identified. So, and what we want to see is a hammer candlestick for the beginning of a potential trend change. And we also want to see that show up on the bullish percent indexes, which we'll look at next. What the Nasdaq do? It's still green as well on the weekly, so might as well look at this one. I think I got the 50% line drawn in here too. That's probably, yeah, there it is. It's got a long way to go to hit the 50% line. Okay. And the transports. Boy, they look nice and bullish, and that's a higher wave obviously on the weekly. So when this thing does reverse, it's going to be pretty powerful in my opinion. It won't do it all at once probably, but let's oil really took a pause today. And it's still fairly bullish, but I think it's thinking about rolling over. This looks like a trend change, or at least the beginnings of one. So, alright, let's flip over to stockcharts.com and wrap this up. Look at the bullish percent indexes. The industrials down 3 boxes today, or 16%. And now 33.33% of the industrials are bullish on a point and figure buy signal, and the rest of them are on a point and figure not buy signal, which I think is a sell signal. But the NYA, what it measures is point and figure buy signals. So it's, yeah. So this one went down another O today, 4.76%. Transports didn't move. NASDAQ minus 3.93%, down to 34.43. It needs to get below 34 to put in a new O, and it's only 0.43 off, so, or actually 0.44. The SPX, 2 new O's and broke that support line. Minus 10.64%, 10.84%, sorry. The OEX, 4 O's to the downside, minus 18.92%. Right at 30. 30%. So 30 out of the 100 S&P 100 stocks are on a point and figure buy signal. And then the NDX, down 9.76% today at 37, needs to get under 36 to put in a new O. And yeah, who knows? We'll see what happens. That's what I got for tonight, guys. Hope this helps. If you're looking for anything else particular, let me know. These are the kind of markets where you kind of just have to hold on. Make sure you got stops in place and you're protecting yourself. That's really it. Take care, guys. Good trading and have a great night.